Mr. Saneem, can you please talk about the determination of the number of voters selected for pre-polling, the selected polling stations, and the process regarding pre-polling?
Well, primarily pre-poll is for areas that are the highlands or the islands. That's the best way to describe it. We also have the disciplined forces who will be voting under pre-poll.
Now, there's allocated days from December 5th to 9th.
Yes.
If you can explain the process.
Pre-polling will take place from the 5th to the 9th of December. It will take place in over 660 locations. And we have a fixed schedule for it. Of course, fixed insofar as the tide and the weather permits. All the places that are voting under pre-poll, we have already delivered to them the voter instruction booklet so that they can actually go through it and familiarize themselves with the candidate numbers. That was done last week. Friday was the last day. We've done our round throughout the whole country. We had taken ships to the Lao group, Lomaviti group, everywhere. Now we will go around again and we will do voting in those places from the 5th to the 9th. When we went around the last time, we also placed these big road signs telling people on the date and the time when election will take place in their area. And we also pasted a letter from the FEO to the people in that area at that location. And we gave a copy of the letter to the Turangani Koros of those areas. We went through the Itoke Affairs channels also to inform people about the incoming teams for elections. And just this morning, I had a full briefing with about 300 people who will be traveling out into the islands from Sunday. From Sunday, they will be moving out to conduct pre-poll from Monday. So, election in Fiji starts on Monday.
December 5th to December 9th, of course, it's based on time periods for different areas. Mm-hmm. What is the time period that you've chosen for each area as you move?
Yes. It depends on the number of voters. If there are 100 voters, we give them 2 hours. Because voting takes about 2 minutes. We give 100 voters, we have allocated 2 hours. If there are more than 100 voters, then we have additional hours as per the need that is there. So that is the strategy. In one polling station, at one point in time, 4 people can stand up and vote. So that's why we have allocated 2 hours. And generally, in the pre-poll, the numbers are very small. So the teams go there, they conduct polling for that location, and then they have to move on to the next one. So we have arranged in such a manner. Where it's concerning islands, there is a few hiccups that we will face. I can tell you in advance. There will be berthing issues because of tide, and there are some islands in Fiji where there are restrictions for entry and exit of the island. You cannot go past 3 o'clock. Actually, there are some places in the mainland, Viti level, where you cannot go out of the village after 3 o'clock to come back to Suva because of the fact that it takes you 4 hours to navigate through the river. And I have been there personally to tell you this experience. So those are some of the locations. We'll be taking the helicopter. We'll also take small planes to places that have landing facilities. And we'll conduct elections in that manner in pre-polling. It's a massive, massive exercise.
So for people to remember that although elections day, that's the voting time is from 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m., it is not the same for pre-polling. So people just remember that there's allocated times. As the supervisor has said, information has been distributed to the areas where there's pre-polling, and people need to understand that they have their allocated time between December 5th to December 9th. Not every day from December 5th to December 9th, but on the allocated day and allocated time. Mr. Saneem, what are the security arrangements for the ballot boxes from pre-poll to ensure they do not get tampered with?
Well, if you look at the design of ballot boxes that we use in Fiji, it's all transparent ballot boxes. So that's to start with. These ballot boxes come with a sealing system. The lid has got a, it's sort of, how should I describe this? It's got a flap behind the bottom part and a flap on the front of it. So you cannot slide paper in with success because it has to go up, go down, go sideways, then go down again. So it's impossible to shove paper through from the side of the box. The box is sealed with 5 seals. These are the seals that will remain on the box, and they will be tracked from the point of the polling station onto the vessel where it is being loaded. In the boat, there is a hull that is specifically for sensitive material. It will be locked. There are more police officers on every boat than FEO staff and ship crew. It will then be transported at the wharf. Those ballot boxes will come out of the hull, go into containers, shipping containers. Party agents are allowed to be there. It will be then sealed. The shipping container will have its own seal. It will be transported to the FEO warehouse where it will be stored under police guard, and then on election night it will be counted. On election day it will be moved from the warehouse to the counting center where it will be counted at election night in an orderly manner.
What about the interior and the highlands?
In the highlands, the transportation will be at exchange points. So you can say that Vunindawa may be the exchange point for the Naitasiri region, where ballot boxes will come to Vunindawa, stored in the police under police guard in a container, and then we will pick it all up and bring it down. So that's the plan.
You've alluded to this, the party agents. Of course, under the Electoral Act, party agents can be allowed based on a proper accreditation. You have given access to them. It's important for viewers to know the type of access that party agents get. Can you please reveal that?
For the 2022 election, the law has been amended to allow greater access for party agents into other aspects of the election that they previously did not have direct access through the law. This means that party agents can legally now be present in an area which we will designate for them during the results processing time, during postal vote verification time, during packing time, during dispatch. I can tell you, when we were packing sensitive material, Sudelpa and People's Alliance sent their agents for the demonstration of the packing. They were there for about 1 hour. After that, they left, and we did the sensitive material packing for pre-poll, and no party agent was present. We had CCTV cameras running live on our Facebook channel, and of course, I believe this is because they know the process. They know that their presence at certain locations is of no use, because ultimately they can review that at a later stage, which is meaning that parties are becoming more and more matured into the system. They know what to track and where. And so as far as their presence and access is concerned, they have unrestricted access to all the places where ballot paper handling takes place, and of course at the result center as well.
This is Fiji Village Straight Talk. I'm Vijay Narayan. Our guest tonight, the Supervisor of Elections. We're talking about electoral processes and all gearing towards pre-poll. Definitely voting starts from December 5th to 9th, allocated time periods at allocated locations, islands and the highlands, as Mr. Saneem has said, and for the others, voting day on December 14th. Bobby is asking, why are banners, political banners, not down during pre-polling?
Okay, so the rule for pre-polling, if you see, pre-polling is taking place in the islands and in the highlands. If there is a banner that is out there in the island or in the highlands, then that banner will be taken down if it is within the 300 meters boundary of a polling station. If it is not, you cannot assume that a banner that is placed at Nambua roundabout is going to influence a person who has not even seen it in the middle of Navosa. So that is the practical nature of the electioneering. You can understand this by knowing that the FEO and the police will work together with the Turanga Nikoro to ensure that campaign materials within the 300-meter boundary of the pre-polling site are down.